this is what I'm calling part 1 of 2 of reorganizing my room. This part 1 is literally just organizing my bookshelves because they've been a small nightmare for so long that they need its own separate video. Not that my room does not also need its own separate video, that's part 2. But here's part 1 of reorganizing my room. Small disclaimer, I was able to do my bookshelves all in one day, so I'm in the same outfit for all of that, but I'm also just in my pajamas because I did not want to get anywhere, I didn't want to get dressed when I wasn't really going anywhere, so it didn't happen at any point. So I'm just in my pajamas for all these videos. Please don't judge me for that. It's comfy, and I was already doing something that was going to be a lot, and I didn't want to stress myself out on how I looked, really, but here's me reorganizing my bookshelves. I reorganized that shelf already. I moved some of the books out here, that's why there's a big gap on both sides. Put them over there, so I have space on this shelf now. This I'm going to clean out. I know it looks really blank, but there is a bunch of stuff in there. Clean that out. I think put it in one of these buckets. Move my Reorganizing shelf over there, just because right now everything fits, but I literally only have 2 of the most recent series from him. And I don't have a bunch of other things from him that I'd like to have, so it needs to go in there. Sorry, you can hear my dad yelling in the back. He's talking about football, I think. But right now, I'm pulling out all the books I packed in my suitcase because I did actually get all of these in here. So that has to be done. And then I stopped at Target on my way home. I got 4 books, but these are 4 books that were on my list. I promise I did not browse and buy extra books. Those ones are all on my list, and I now have a J last name, which is very exciting for me. Okay, so my original estimate was 4 on my Thanksgiving trip, 1 that I remembered. It's only slightly worse. Kidding. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the one I remembered is 6. So I actually remembered 6. I actually bought 6 when I went. So I now am going to add those, plus the ones I bought at Target last night to the list. Okay, this is where we stand as of right now. I moved the books that were here and here to that shelf. Can't see them anymore. I like to put other series on this shelf. Like this, I like having as my series shelf. Then these are now going to go over here once I clean this out. I think maybe I'll raise this shelf like 1 up, and that'll help. So I now have to figure out what series I'm going to put on this shelf and eventually this shelf once this is cleared. But I have so many books out because I took them out of the luggage that I want to put those in first. So they may end up just being put on here just so they're out of the way. But I think I do want to put the Lucy Score, things we blah blah blah, on the shelf to begin with. This is Collins. Collins needs to go first. So is Paige. Okay. Slide that way. Put this here very carefully. Sorry, I also have these little pops that I got secondhand at a book off, and they were already out of the package, and the package was not nowhere to be found, so that's why I had them out. Yeah, I may also move this one up 1, just to give the Harry Potter books a little room to breathe on top, because they do not have any room. They're like almost flush against the top there. And then maybe I could rearrange it a little bit better to hopefully have my Harry Potter pops on the Harry Potter shelf, because they currently don't fit there. But I think I'm going to try to pull other series that are over here. Like I have a couple that are 3 of them, and put them on this shelf instead. I think it's going to be the goal. I'm going to do that. Okay, only a minor problem that I've just discovered. I bought this one a while ago. Long enough that I didn't know what size it was. I thought it was the smaller size, like this one is. It's not. They're distinctly different sizes, which means I do have to go probably, yeah, donate slash resell this one so it matches. Mostly because I bought this one full price already, so we're gonna go with this. Is the one we keep. But that does mean they're the wrong size with each other. I tried. It's fine. It will just be that way. But that is the new series shelf as of right now. I had Hunger Games and Songbirds, the Ballads of Snakes. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Sorry, that's a little hard. I'm eventually going to add the other one that's coming out as well. Jenny Han, To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. It's in the wrong order right now because I had them stacked originally, which means they're in opposite order. Same problem with the Crazy Rich Asians. I have the three here. They're also stacked. So they're in the wrong order. Dorothy Mustad, that was here. Apparently there's a fourth one of the big ones. I have to get that eventually. And then I have Lucy Score's Things We Continued on this shelf for now. And then Bridgerton will be put on there once that problem is fixed. But yeah, no. I need to clear off that shelf, move this shelf over, and then move other things. Because I have other series and things, or at least multiple books from the same author that I'd like to put together, because they all thematically kind of go together. Allie Hazelwood, Love Theoretically, Love on the Brain, something else. The Love Hypothesis. They are not technically all connected, but they are done in like the same way. I know she has Not in Love out. These ones just all go together so like nicely and color wise that I would like to keep them together, even if like they're not connected. I don't know. I haven't read these two. I read this one. So this one I'd like to keep together on the series shelf. So I think I'm just gonna move it here as a stack to keep it together, and so I know I have that available space over here. So I'm going to do that now, is rearrange stuff I'd like to eventually put on this side onto these shelves. So when I clean that out, it'll make it an easy transition. I can move everything up here. It's going to get a little chaotic, but it'll be fun. Okay, as I went through this side, I added a couple more to be part of the series shelf up here. And there was another book. This one, The Circle. Originally, it is like 3 or 4 novels. But it's the Circle series. Yes, it's 3 novels. But this is a graphic novel of it. But I have my one series of manga here and a couple comic books that I've collected on that shelf. And so I figured it should go on that one because that's also where I have my picture books in one of the series, because I decided that was like, oh, this is my like childhood sort of. Not really, but series or area. So a couple more books got moved to this here, but I now have a bunch of space. Originally on this shelf, it only went to done, but now I was able to get EF on here. This one originally, I think, it went to here. It went to HAW. That's how much space got taken out of the shelf that is now filled with this. Down here, it used to be to PA. So now it's all of these as well. And now this is, the same. I've added a couple more books and I now have space for books later, which I will be getting because certain books up here are also series or will have other books that come out with them that will maybe not fit on this shelf eventually. So that's where we stand on the bookshelves right now. I'm going to re-put all my like random knickknacks and things that I put on them and had to remove because they were in the way of moving stuff, but that is where my bookshelf is right now. Okay, so this is this thing. While I was at my grandfather's house, we went to a coloring mind studio and I recreated some of my favorite book series and books on a like little bookshelf on a teapot that I have to put somewhere on my shelves now. But I thought it was so cute to be able to do this. So clear that shelf, yay! However, this is the nightmare I've created myself. I think all the stuff is going to end up going in this bin. However, it doesn't fit in it right now because I have to pull out some of the things that I put in there first. But I'm back in this bin that they were originally in to then put down in those shelves. Sorry, it's a really bad angle. But this shelf is cleared. I'm gonna move it up just one, I think. And then move these over there, and then move these up, and that stuff will be done. And I also haven't eaten anything. It's 1. It's S1 actually, I think. Hold up. It's 2:30. I've not eaten anything, so I'm gonna eat something after I do that. So let's do the transfer. Okay, this is how it's broken down. Apollo, Magnus, Kane. This is the pile of stuff that is connected to Percy Jackson, but not Percy Jackson in it. Here are the sun and the star, and then also the 2 new Percy Jackson series. Original, and then here's Up Olympus. I decided to separate it out like this. Originally I had this on the very end, and then this in the middle, and they were up and down versus stacked. But because I have so much height and not as much width, I decided I need to stack these. And then on top, this is a case for binoculars. I don't actually use them, but I have them. This little doll, piggy bank, music box. This is a ceramic version of We Are Happy to Serve You, which is like iconic New York coffee cup. And I thought it was so fun to get. I ended up getting that in actual like New York. It was great. But I thought it would be really nice to put it on this shelf. And then I'd move this out of the way so it wasn't in the way. But this is a basket full of all like lotions and makeup I don't regularly use. But it just needed a spot, so it's there. Potentially. I may move this down to one of these shelves, but for now it's there. So I've just realized something that I should, between the 2 series shelves, make sure this is the first half of the alphabet, sort of, and then this is the second half of the alphabet, and just have Rowling in the middle, because it's R, and most of the time when they're separating us by last name, it sort of was R. Actually, it's more L, but point is, I should re-alphabetize. Not just this half, but also this. So they are at least matching. Oh, I was gonna move this up anyways. Alright. Clearly I'm too hungry to think straight, so I'm gonna go get some food first. Okay, what I'm focusing right now, other than eating, is trying to figure out the best way for me to be able to alphabetize these, but I don't have a lot of shelf space for me to rearrange them. I also have to take all of this off because I've moved this up. but I don't know how to do that the best. I think right now the idea is to take like the first book of each of the series, keep them on this shelf so I can see the last name, alphabetize them that way, and then put the rest of the books of the series on this, like, it's a back of a puzzle that I put on a frame because it's really cool art. That's what's right there that you can't see. It's currently what my pizza is on. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is how I did it. This is the Twisted Fairy Tales. This is a Twisted Fairy Tale done by a different person, so it's technically an L, but I put it next to the B's because it's the same series, or sort of. Collins, there's a gap here meant for the newest book that's coming out that's featuring Hamish's story. Then I have Hale, and I have my other three H's, or other two H's here, and then I have K on top because it needed to stack, and this is one will stack well. Down here is Dorothy Must Die series. There is a fourth book that is missing. I have had only these three books for so long. I did not know there was a fourth book, so I have to go get that one eventually. And then these are the stories that previously were behind it because that's where I put them, but it may actually be technically before. But either way, because it is smaller, it goes on top. There, things then they both tie the end. Salvera, I have that there. Originally, it was on my favorite shelf, so I may end up putting it back there. But right now, it's there. Wonder and the different Wonder things. These are not technically series. I will point this out. But it's a group of books that Yoon has done, and that's how I have them. And then I have my Bridgerton, which unfortunately did not fit on this shelf. So maybe if I remove this and put in the favorite shelf and put Yoon at the end there where it will fit, because I do have enough space on the shelf. Remember that it will fit. I can put these in and then have other things that happen. But for now, I think this is where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put my different decoration things here and here, and then I think that's all of my books reorganized, which means I just have the rest of my bookshelf and my room to fix. Alright, so now I'm gonna give you guys the final final product of me organizing my bookshelves. There are like 2 shelves that are not organized, and I will add those into the other part 2 of this video because it's not about the books in that one, so it's just I will not deal with it until later. Okay, to keep it organized, we're gonna go left to right, and then down, up, and down in each shelf. So, first shelf is my Rick Riordan shelf. I have my little lobster and crab squishmallows, just because, sun up beside in all of those. I described how this is fully organized earlier. This is DIY books, childhood books, my one manga series, actual like picture books, and different school works and folders that I've kept. There are canvases in that back corner and other boxes. Seriously, not a very fun corner because, as you can see, it's very cramped. Next is my little series shelf. I have my Mulan here to go with Mulan book. I have space ready for the next Suzanne Collins book. I have these hand-dipped candles, mushrooms, in front of this series because I thought they went with the theme, at least color-wise. Other series Harry Potter shelf. It's definitely crowded with all the different like Harry Potter-esque things I have and actual Harry Potter things, but I kind of love the shelf. And my other series shelf, my little Glinda has fallen, and my little Dorothy's up there above my Dorothy Must Die series. And this is my dance section. My dance bag is just gonna have to sit in front of it because it really doesn't fit. I do have to reorganize this in general, but that will be for the other video, I guess. And then all of my individuals. I have this really fun mug that says tomato soup. It has a little recipe. I actually don't like tomato soup, but I love this mug. It's put here. There's crochet chicken. All these different like fun things that collected, and they're put on certain shelves for various reasons. Like this holiday squishmallow is on the shelf that has my singular Christmas book. Down here, more books. And then this is the last shelf that has fiction books. This 4 book shelves full of individual fiction books. The shelf down here is my like actual informative nonfiction books. Different for dummies books. Even more. These are textbooks that I've kept. And other different books I have. This is my bag that I use for work. And then my yearbooks, scrapbooking things, cards and things I've kept, old frames that some have photos, some don't. Same idea with this. And this is a little crafting bucket. That's that bookshelf. This is quite literally the only bookshelf you didn't see me mess around with, really. And it's the one that's right next to my door, so it kind of becomes the pile spot. And then there's more of this. This is gonna have to be organized later. But this is my favorite shelf. So I have Albert Halley, First of School for Good and Evil, a bunch of different Osmond, Dead Romantics, and it's kind of a funny story. My favorite shelf. This is a lap desk thing. And then here's my emergency backpack and another backpack that I use for school. Thank you for watching this probably very chaotic book organization video. I'm going to hopefully post the second part of this video soon after this one, and thanks for watching my very chaotic way I organize all of my books and eventually my room.